My name's Kara Perlman. I'm with Frankly Real Estate, and I'm here with Molly, a seller client of mine. We just sold her home in Capitol Hill last month, and we're just here to talk about the process, and that's it. My first question, because I think it was the biggest sticking point for us, was the process of selecting a stager and using staging in order to help maximize your net. Obviously, it's an investment that every seller has to incur, and we know that that's a hard hurdle to get over. So if you could just talk a little bit about that and your initial thoughts and what you think the outcome did for you.
Sure. Well, the outcome was incredible. It was exactly what we wanted. We ended up getting an offer and negotiating above our asking price, so we were very pleased with that. And initially we thought we were open to staging. We watch a lot of HGTV, and so we were like, yeah, of course we're going to stage. And then when we started really getting into the process, we were like, no, this is kind of a pain in the butt.
Was it about the work that had to go into the process, or was
there
it
was a little
financial,
work,
or
a little bit of all of that? And I think we were personalizing it too much. Staging isn't supposed to be about what you like, the way you would decorate your home. Yeah, I guess we were just thinking of it as, what would we do with this room? And that's not the way staging is supposed to work. So, we were resistant at first once we saw the initial setup, because it wasn't what we thought of, our house should look like. And we didn't think that this is the way a room should be, but that's not what it's about, obviously. And in the end, it worked out. So
let's talk about pricing. So pricing is, it's tough, because if you overprice, then you don't get multiple offers. If you underprice, you get buyer fatigue, where they're only willing to bid up a certain amount and they won't necessarily go to full price. How did you guys come up with the price, with the process? Did you guys have a price at the beginning or along the way after research? Because that can take hours and hours. Either of you talk about that.
I mean, we had our bottom line, but then we looked to Kara's expertise to tell, to give us advice on what we could get, maximize obviously as much as possible. And
but we were definitely addressing it up until right before we went on the market, and because just the DC market is ever changing. And I think at the tail end we bumped it up just a little bit more, and there was, I think maybe Clay might have jumped in to try to see if we could test it a little bit higher, but we, like Molly had mentioned earlier, it was a relatively unique floor plan for the community, and we were nervous about what the market sensitivity would have been to that floor plan. So we wanted to stay, within what we thought to be around market value, and a number that they would be comfortable with if that they only got one offer and that's what it was. But hopefully to generate enough interest and excitement.
So you got $15,000 over asking, but there were no other offers.
Nope, we just had the concept of there are more people waiting to come in the door, which was the truth. We did have more people waiting to come in, but there's a.
So just so you know, that's not normal to get over list when you don't have multiple offers.
Right.
So sometimes that doesn't. People, if they haven't sold many houses before, they I guess that happens. No, it doesn't.
Right.
It doesn't tend to happen. So.
And so I think that was Kara and her negotiating skills, and
Thank you.
That's a lot of. So then the outcome, you guys got understanding. Did you get multiple offers? I mean, it's DC. There's a lot of multiple offers. Did you get multiple offers, or how did it?
We didn't, and our house had a particular layout, so I wasn't super surprised that we didn't get multiple offers, but we got the perfect offer, and that's really all you need. And we met with a lot of agents, in fact.
Really?
We did. We met with a lot of agents who specialized in our area. So we didn't like the ones who said that they specialized in our area. We talked to a couple other boutique firms, actually, and it came down to a personality thing. We were comfortable with you. We liked talking to you. Just knowing what Frankly was about, in terms of data, understanding the market, and using tools. The quality of the brochures is much nicer than anything I've seen so far. Most people just have. Yes, the photographer was excellent.
Even though he didn't shoot that one.
And that's the thing, I'll see houses now that list, and they have the crappiest pictures I've ever seen.
Buyers to buy those.
And from a buyer's perspective, we're thinking in that way too. We're like, this house doesn't have photos yet. Let's go see it as soon as possible, because if it's nice, no one else knows about that. But, you know, from a seller's perspective, I was like, everyone else's listing is terrible compared to ours. Like, ours looks amazing. Our pictures look great. Our marketing is great. And we were very pleased with all of that. And I think, in fact, having the knowledge from a sort of objective point of view, like not specializing in that area, but still having all the information, the data, is more helpful because you don't have preconceived notions.
Well,
I've never been a neighborhood agent, and I've always kind of traveled throughout like a certain region, but like Montgomery County and DC, and I think for me, I'm more comfortable providing advice without like this closed-minded, you know, micro neighborhood mentality, which I think you don't see that everywhere, but in Capitol Hill, there's definitely a very strong presence of Capitol Hill agents.
So overall, I would say our experience listing our home with Kara Perlman was excellent. The outcome was better than we expected in terms of the price we got for our home, the level of stress, which was very low, and that was actually a very important part for us because we have a new baby. And Kara made everything as easy as possible. She had all the resources we needed for anything from moving to painting, really anything. It was always, all I had to do was ask. And it was just great. We're very pleased.